Hola amigos, Will here from Will's Custom Figures with another big bad breakdown of probably one of the most obscure and random characters that I have ever worked on. So this is a sheep alien, and man oh man was this guy fun to make. I'll give you two guesses at how I made the wool. Very simple, just cotton wool buds, cotton wool strips, getting them, sticking them on, super gluing as I went, trying to leave as much of the original alien, but trying to also get across a little bit of that sheep effect on there. I'll talk you guys through how I made it a little bit later. But firstly, why did I make this? Well, my dad, as a kid growing up, when he was influencing me quite a lot with some fantastic comic books that he was reading, and I remember all the different kinds of alien incarnations that he would talk me through, such as the rhino alien or the spider aliens, and of course whatever the face sucker takes over. The alien can pretty much take on some of the characteristics of that character or of that creature. So I know that watching the Alien 3 with the dog alien and all these kind of things, they always stood out to me as some pretty creative and badass characters. And for me, collecting Neca figures over the years, I've always thought, man, what would happen if some of these crazy characters came to life? So me and my dad having a little bit of a debate and talking about the weird characters and creatures that aliens could take over. We thought, man, a sheep alien would look pretty weird and badass. And yes, it did. So go back to all these old conversations with my dad, who passed away many years ago, over a decade ago now. This was a little bit of a tribute to him that I wanted to do, and I thought, you know what? Like, I'll be as creative as I want with it. I'm going to make this thing work for me and for my display and my collection. And hopefully you guys feel that it's turned out okay. So how did I make it? Well, I used the normal Vallejo paints, as I mentioned earlier, used a little bit of cotton wool and super glued that on there, as well as then applying super glue on top and using a sealant. I'll just get that out so you guys can see it. This stuff, very good, very effective, and what that does is it means that the super glue will instantly freeze and allowing me to quickly work on something like this rather than actually giving it really long periods of time for the super glue to dry out. I worked it down the back a little bit and used my Vallejo paints then just to go over and to touch up a few specific details that I wanted to on the alien to try and make it look like it's just been in a war or killed someone and some ferocious battle. As you can see, it's dripping down here. I used a varnish gloss afterwards over all these little highlights where the blood is, just to try and bring it out and make it pop a little bit. Hopefully you guys feel that it has done, and I certainly do, and I enjoy having this in my collection. So time, this probably took me, I would say, about 4 hours, 3 hours to create in full, and it was a bit of a passion project for me, so I wouldn't have really been bothered if it took me 2 or 3 times that time, to be honest with you, given the sentimentality of it. As you can see, fully articulates like any other Neca action figure. I haven't made this from scratch. I would be very impressed with myself if I'd done that. But as you can see, still all the normal range of movement, very slightly catches on the wool, but the wool still moves well. And I'm really pleased with the posability of these Neca figures over the years. They do this will be the test now, if I can do it now. They do take on some pretty good poses when you want them to. So I'm going to just do a little bit of a comparison now for you and a bit of a height detail. So this stands at about 8 inches, I think probably about upwards of 9 inches if his legs are fully extended. I don't know many aliens that stand like that. Bit of an action pose here for you. And here he is next to a regular Hasbro wrestling figure, standing very short of his competition, and Sergeant Slaughter certainly would be no competition for this fantastic alien. I also have it standing next to a Sarah Connor Neca figure, and I don't know who'd win in that battle. Sarah Connor's a bit of a badass, but and here I'm going to move it over, is a Marvel Legends custom Stan Lee and a Devastator by the DC Multiverse figures by the legendary Todd McFarlane. And hopefully that's given you guys a little bit of insight as to the differences in size and comparisons that I use within my display. At least I like to have a bit of a mishmash of different characters, and as you can see, hopefully the reds pop really well in comparison to the fantastic Neca Predator figures. Okay, so on that note, guys, a little bit of history, a little bit of a discussion. Hopefully you guys like this video. Sorry for rambling. It's something I've wanted to put out for a long time, and I'm really pleased with how it's turned out in the end. Please let me know if you've got any comments, suggestions, reflections. Subscribe to my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube. I've got more figure reviews coming this week, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an insight into the custom work that I'm working on at the moment. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.